No, this is not the car that was running. This is the car that got hit by the car, the SUV that was running. That was an SUV. All right. That was an SUV that was rolling. Motherfucker damn near wiped out my truck and the car. Hold on, let me back it up. Usually it's heavy traffic. If it had been cars in this lane, it'd have been over. It'd have been over. He damn near smacked the dude. It was going over 100 miles an hour. All right. It was going over 100 miles an hour. I was so many of them. It's ridiculous. It's lengthy. It was so many of them. Pew, 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 pew. But you know, so bam, they still coming, right? But hold on. You know me. You jump on the scene. Got that music on. You know what I mean? I got to get my little pennies off this. You know what I mean? Man, they was in unmarked everything. Word is they chased them all the way from the west side of Indianapolis. So for those of you, always in your neighborhood. Word is the chase started on the west side of Indianapolis. I'm on the east side. Started on the west side of Indianapolis from what I've been told. All right. Ended up over here like a lot of stuff. But anyway, this me on the scene. Should have just went straight live. I hate when Facebook be cutting out like that. But oh well. Oh, hella wreck. Oh, they got him. They got him. Came out on the news. Nobody was alive. I don't see how. That was a head on crack. The other car that the truck that he's in is in the yard over here. It's spent around. That's him over there. Well, that's the car. He actually over here up against the unmarked car. It was all unmarked vehicles chasing him. This van, it was a lot of them. This van, the van next to it, all them Durangos, all the Durangos unmarked, all the pickup trucks unmarked. Everything was unmarked. IMPD and state police, Indiana State Police, got on the scene instantaneously after. He was being chased by nothing but unmarked vehicles. Vans, these two vans over here, them two vans. Hold down for a second. Are you? Nah. I wasn't playing them yet. It was. This was after. Look, all these trucks, all these different trucks, ones with campers on the back, all the Durangos, that truck over there, this truck, they're gonna do right there. This is the dude, not this guy in the brown pants, the khaki pants or the brown pants, khaki whatever. You barely can see him because he behind. They got him in handcuffs up because all these trucks, all these all these SWAT team, Indiana State Police undercover. I'm for sure with some IMPD undercover. Ain't no telling. We waiting on the news tonight to see. Actually, they said he was wanted. Well, I guess he took him on a high speed chase. Crazy thing from what we was seeing, it was somebody else in the car with him. They hauled him out on the stretcher. He started cussing the dude out. You'll hear it here in a minute. I don't know, something fishy about that situation, but I'm gonna hold my thoughts down right now until we see what the dealio is. Now, this is the car that you seen. This vehicle over here is actually the vehicle that was in the high speed chase. This vehicle is the vehicle that was hit by them. This is not the vehicle that was in the high speed chase. Man, this car was so mangled up, man. I mean, mangled. Every airbag popped out. We thought they was in there, you know what I mean, rockabye baby. But good thing far as we know, everybody's still alive. You feel me? Now they go and get the other guy at the car. He started cussing him out. He was in that vehicle. Here's what I'm gonna say. I don't see why he didn't go to jail. He went to the ambulance. They his girl came to the scene. They let her go to the ambulance and everything, and she followed the ambulance away. I don't recall seeing no police follow the ambulance with him. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, somebody might be talking. You feel me? I don't know. But either way it go, man, these streets ain't what's happening. This shit is selling dope and whatever they was involved in. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. See, they got him right there, sir. He was going off on everybody who was recording. He looked at me. Damn, he looked for all these vehicles are unmarked law enforcement. All of them. Y'all see all the brown over there, the SWAT team over there? It was all in these vehicles. Yeah, it was an ugly situation today. Like, make sure y'all hit that like button. Feeling generous, hit that cash. But if nothing else, hit that like button, man. It was 60 something degrees yesterday, 30s today. This is crazy. And the winds. It's all smart, bro. Oh, that's where he said that on New York. Another guy said he was getting all work out west. They was chasing him from out west. He was rolling. He came back. They came past my house at least 100 miles an hour. I told my wife, I said, it's about to be an accident at the corner because they can't stop. I said, what are the odds that that light is green now? And even if it was, you still got people turning out. And yeah, they was going over at least 100 miles an hour. At least. These two vans is minivans is all these Durangos, all these pickup trucks. This pickup truck, that pickup truck is a couple more over there, a few over here. It's a bunch down the other way. Then you got IMPD, then state. Now look, listen to him. He going off. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. He going out. He was in the he was in the car. He had to be in the car with him. That's what they pulled him. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Great. I want to hit the cash app. Hit the like button so I can get some money out of Google. I'm literally surprised ain't nobody there. Seriously, that was a head on. When you come up, when you come up rural and you come across Tip, you gotta when you crossing Tip, you gotta make a jog. You gotta jog over a little bit to continue up rural. So he coming up doing 100 plus. You know what I mean? I had to make that jog, and he couldn't make the jog. Back that other car. Right. I couldn't. Whoa. Yeah, that's it. He looking right here. That's it. Right here. At least. Find out on the news. IPP spokesman giving his name charge. It was so many ridiculous. According to the news, the report the IMDb so far they didn't get too much. Nobody lost their life. They said minor injuries. Yeah, that was head on, and the one was going over at least. Well, so far it's been no fatality. I would assume that somebody passed, but they said nobody passed. Initial claim was minor injury. I can't see if so. Everybody got somebody. It was that. That's one of the calls. I'm done. With this right here, you guys see it. I had to warm up. It's cold outside. I just heard the sirens when I looked. I just seen some more cars flying past. storm looked like it really be on my block on my street, on the main thoroughfare, man. It would have been crazy. I'm talking about it would have been way worse. It would have been way worse. Because he jumped from behind that truck and jumped into the oncoming lane. And there was cars on the other side at that time. And he would have been back. I see how crazy that cloud look. I just noticed that. These are the clouds. That's the sky. They look weird. They're walking into the putting in the car. Great. Wanted for something. I guess prayed and he dipped on it. That chick just kept asking, "Is anybody hurt?" Like, look at the vehicle. Nobody hurt. Kept on asking. See the damage to these cars, brother. It's broken leg. Somebody kept saying that was ice. I'm like, that ain't no ice. Dude was black. They was black. I'm gonna know ice. That's what. I think that's dude talking about he was getting off work out west. It started out west. And I know what he talking about 'cause they rolled past military trucks. They used to raid me. That's probably what they was doing. He shut down this intersection for hours. Probably about a good 5, 6 hours. It's about a good five. All these trucks, them vans over there, the big, the trucks over here, the trucks in that other parking lot across the thing, trucks down here. Crazy day in the hood. You heard me say it started out west. So he came all the way from the west side. He ended up right here. They got the 5-7. And you know they got them chips. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was ugly. I heard, man. You know what I mean. Then you got the situation. Y'all heard about the cop, the two cops that got shot out in Beech Grove. One got on the line. That on TV. I'm getting ready to get on up out of here in a second. But yeah, y'all hear about that? The officer in Beech Grove. That's actually the south side. It's only the south side of Indianapolis. It's not. They say Beech Grove, but that's just like Lawrence. That's just like Lawrence, Beech Grove, Avon, Cumberland. Man, it's just it ain't even the outskirts actually, but you know, same county, still Marion County. Yeah, it's he went to court today because I had to shoot to the courthouse, take care of some business. And they was out there. He had to go to court this morning. They had the news out there. They was crazy. They actually took him to court today with the handcuffs of the officer, the Beech Grove officer that he unalived. That was wild. Let me see. I briefly run it. Let me see where that at. Where that at? And we great. Get on up out of here. Um, Kind of tired, been taking care of business today. Jump my tail in the shower, man, and lean back. You feel me? Been a day. Uh, Let me see where we at. Where we at? No, I didn't say Fox News. What the crap? What the hell? What the hell? All right, there we go. Let's see. So, like on this one, this is the I mean the latest that they are giving on it. The news wasn't on the scene until it was all over. So we was on the scene first. You feel what I'm saying? Um, Wanted felon crashes into vehicle while fleeing police on their east side. A pursuit of a wanted felon ended with a crash on the city's near east side. A medic run shows that Indianapolis EMS crews were called to East 10th Street, 10th and Rural Street at 2:06 p.m. Friday on a report of a crash with possible serious injury. Footage provided by Fox 59 and CBS 4 shows law enforcement officers wearing military light gear with assault style rifles, detaining an adult male at the crash scene. A gray sedan is also visible with significant front end damage. Um, According to Indiana State Police, the crash was a result of a high speed chase involving a wanted felon. The wanted felon allegedly crashed into another vehicle while fleeing police. The two people were transported from the scene. State police believe the bystander suffered non threatening injuries. Police on the scene said the wanted felon had been driving the dark gray sedan and collided with a bystander's hatchback. Um, so actually, I think they said he was in this car then. Then that would make sense. We had it a little mixed up. They said, well, we'll get a better update. Because evidently he was driving. He was driving this gray car then, not the. I think both of them was great. That was the crazy thing about it. But they're saying police said the wanted fella had been driving the dark gray sedan and collided with the bystander's hatchback. And I think the other one that's in the yard is the hatchback. But I believe it was also gray, a little bitty SUV, like a silver color or whatever. Yeah. So that's the hatchback because we couldn't see it. It was basically backed up even further than that. I don't see how. But this is the car that he was driving. So that was him. That was the car he was driving. So I had that a little mixed up from what they saying. We'll get a better update. Actually, from the video, it shows that's what I couldn't even fully see the whole color of this car. It looked, like a grayish silver color. But if you look back at, if I go back to here, that was the car he was driving. That was the car he was driving. There you go, right here. Yeah, that was it. He was booking. He hooked and booked. And then he got booked. He came around that semi. Usually, man, traffic is heavy both ways. So he came around this white box truck. They're gonna box truck. Here he come around. Whoa, look. God, wait. He damn near wiped both our vehicles out. He came to smash. They wasn't in nothing but unmarked vehicles. Now where that other? Other now he come around. He came around. Let's see. He came around that truck, that box truck. I think it's right after this. All right, here you go. Cause there go the box truck. There go the box truck right there. He came around. You gonna start hearing the sirens. Here he come, rolling. And there go the box truck. Here he go, rolling that motherfucker. They was on this. Ooh wee. And normally traffic so backed up both sides, it's crazy. I'm just surprised. Got lucky, man. It would have been a lot more, injuries, to say the least. Let me see if I can. So we may get up out of here. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, I finished the story on that. Oh, this guy. They went on and filed M charges on him. He ended up allegedly unaliving a Beech Grove police officer and injured the other. It went on a domestic violence call. And he told the police, this is what they said. He said to the police, he said, y'all know it was me. Y'all know it was me. Murdered, and then they say murder attempt, murder charges filed against suspect and Beech Grove officers, unalive because one, he shot the officer. I guess he was in there beating up his girlfriend or something, or somebody. And they got a call to the house. This was like what about what's this been about 4 or 5 days ago when this happened? I believe about 4 or 5 days ago, something like that. And they heard her screaming, so the officer kicked the door in, and dude just started shooting. Allegedly started shooting. Hit the one officer unaliving him and injured the other. And then he went and hid in the laundry room of the apartment complex because it was an apartment complex. And somebody ended up seeing him and let him know where he was. But actually, And something definitely mentally wrong with him. When you hear what he said, oh, bro, condolences to the officer's family. You know what I mean? And listen to what he said when he was in court. He said, "How many years is life until I die?" Come on, bro. Come on now. You know what that means. I think life is 60, but it, they found the death penalty on him. I believe they found the death. Yeah. So that's the crazy situation. Like, yeah, yeah, man. It's been going down in the city. That's the alleged, you know, individual. So according to court records filed this week, Johnson faces 6 felony counts: murder, attempted murder, criminal confinement while armed with a deadly weapon, domestic battery by means of a deadly weapon, battery by means of a deadly weapon, and pointing a firearm. On Monday, that was what's today? That was Monday. It ain't even been a week. Yeah, I know it. It was like 4, 5 days ago. What, 4 days ago? On Monday, officers were dispatched to reported domestic disturbance at an apartment on Diplomat Court around 5:40 p.m. Neighbors reported hearing a woman begging for help. Elliot and his partner arrived at the scene. They also heard a woman screaming and crying inside the apartment. Elliot kicked, which is the one officer, kicked the door open. Authorities alleged Johnson fired, striking Elliot and the other officer. Elliot was taken to Eskenazi Hospital and succumbed to his injuries. He'll be laid to rest on Monday, February 23rd. So his funeral is this coming Monday. The other officer survived the encounter and has been released from the hospital. After the shooting, Johnson hid in a nearby laundry room until a witness spotted him, police said, and IMPD SWAT unit apprehended him. What court documents say, according to the probable cause affidavit filed this week by the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, investigators found signs of a struggle inside the apartment, along with cartridge casings in the apartment and hallway. A review of the body cam footage found Elliot and the other officer heard Johnson threatening to unalive the woman as they stood outside the apartment. Elliot, which is the one officer, knocked on the door, and Johnson asked, "Who is it?" Elliot answered, "Police. Help me." The woman inside the apartment yelled, "Please come in." The officer with Elliot attempted to open the door using the handle. Elliot then kicked the door open, and Johnson fired shots in the officer's direction. Elliot was struck immediately and went down. The other officer was hit in the leg and backed away from the door towards the corner of the hall. I mean, corner of a wall in the hallway before returning fire. The apartment door closed abruptly. Um, Other officers soon arrived and tended to Elliott, moving him out of danger. He was motionless and bleeding, court documents said. Before being taken to Eskenazi Hospital, he, died from multiple gunshot wounds, according to the autopsy. Surveillance video showed. Wow, they done an autopsy quick. This just happened Monday. Surveillance video showed after the shooting, Johnson ran between the apartment building and a nearby resident alerted police to his presence in the laundry room of a building south of the shooting scene. Video showed Johnson crouching in the laundry room. Upon spotting a drone, he started to place something in the washing machine and then changed his mind, putting it in the small trash can instead. Investigators later found the item to be a Glock firearm. IMPD SWAT took him into custody around 10:20 p.m. He was taken to the Indiana State Police Post in Indianapolis for questioning. When asked about the shooting, Johnson requested a lawyer. Investigators obtained a search warrant for Johnson. According to the affidavit, when they explained the warrant to him, he said, "I was the only one on the scene. Y'all knew it was me. Why y'all got to do all of that?" He was then transported to the police post from the police post to the Marion County jail. While in transit, he reportedly said, "I can't believe I unalived somebody today, bro." Eyewitness accounts. The affidavit also includes the accounts of several witnesses. One reported seeing officers enter the apartment building on Diplomat Court. She reported hearing between 8 and 15 gunshots and saw a man climb from the third floor to the ground. He ran towards Beech Grove High School, which is east of the apartment complex. Another witness told police he walked into the laundry room to get a better look at the commotion through the back door. He saw a man hiding in an empty space between a dryer and a wall. The man, Johnson, looked at him and raised a finger to his lips, which the witness took to mean be quiet. The witness left the laundry room and alerted police. Johnson then went to another laundry room where IMPD SWAT found him. Investigators also talked to a woman who was in the apartment with Johnson. She said they signed an apartment lease together in May 2025. He didn't stay with her until September, according to the court documents. She described him as an ex-boyfriend and said they were having a dispute over a car. She also said she was getting ready to move out of the apartment so Johnson's brother could move in. A few days before the shooting, Johnson had taken her car to Wisconsin to have it registered in his name. She noted he'd taken the title and reported the car. She noted he'd taken the title and reported the car stolen. Police found the vehicle and returned it to her. She said Johnson was upset because he no longer had a vehicle. On February 16th, she had returned to the apartment and retrieved her granddaughter's fish. She texted Johnson, who never responded. When she showed up to the apartment, she said he physically assaulted her, held a gun to her head, and demanded $6,000. She recalled crying out for help and remembered police officers announcing themselves. She fled. She fled into the kitchen and assumed Johnson was the one that did the shooting, according to the court documents. During a follow-up interview, the woman said Johnson struck her with a gun during the encounter. The firearm, which police found during Johnson's arrest, belonged to her. Records show Beech Grove police responded to multiple calls from Johnson on February 16th regarding a car dispute. He made one of those calls just hours before the shooting. When an officer informed him the car dispute was a civil matter, Johnson reportedly expressed frustration that the police couldn't help him. Johnson is currently being held in the Marion County Jail. Indiana State Police are overseeing the investigation. Johnson appeared in court Friday for his initial hearing. He heard the charges against him and told the court he understood them. The judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Johnson signed a no contact order regarding the surviving officer and the woman who was in the apartment with him prior to the shooting. He requested a public defender telling the court he was likely out of a job and had little savings. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office asked for a sentence enhancement of life in prison without parole. Johnson will continue to be held without bond. The prosecutor Ryan Mears said the death penalty remained a possibility, and the request of the Marion County Sheriff's Office, at the request of the Marion County Sheriff's Office, Johnson will be moved from the Marion County Adult Detention Center to the Reception Diagnostics at RDC, that's the prison intake, before being transferred to a different facility for safekeeping. Oh boy, we know. I don't know about that one. The judge also set some future court dates, including a pretrial on May 27th and a tentative jury trial on June 1st. And it goes on and on. It's just man, a sticky, crazy situation. It's been a wild week here in the city. It's been a wild week here in the city. Yeah, it's been a wild week for sure. 2 days ago, Greenwood birthday party ends with 4 shot, 2 unalive. Greenwood, south side of Indianapolis. It's just south of Beech Grove. You know what I mean? Um, one for Fatal Grant County. That's Fort Wayne. That's the one about the officer. Yeah, it's just been a crazy week here, man. So that's just what it is. I thought I'd bring y'all that high speed chase. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah. Salute, Bam. True free man is the truth. Man, that was ugly. I forgot to hit the like button. Oh, shout out for that $3 super stick. Appreciate that, fam. I appreciate that. You feel me? These mofos around here don't want to support the platform. You know what I mean? But anyway, it is what it is. This is real content. That's what's up. Real talk. Yeah, he had just his way. Oh, you just got out? What the hell? What the helly? What the helly? Don't ask all your business, man. That ain't the place to be, man. You know that. I'm waiting on them to catch that one cat so he can be down there, and what's up after that. Oh yeah, it always is, ain't it? I'll be trying to stay the hell out the way. You know what I mean? Cause man, getting in the system. It's easy to get in the system. It's hard to get out of it. You feel what I'm saying? So, and with us being our age, man, ain't nobody got time to keep going back and forth to jail, man. They not playing no games. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for it. You know what I mean? If I was in my younger days, if we was on the internet like it is now, with all this trolling and this stalking people in real life and all this, and I'd have been, man, yeah. I ain't even gonna go into it. You feel me? I'm kind of thanking God it wasn't, going down like that then, because yeah, it'd have been a lot of lives, that just wouldn't have made it. Because at that point, mofo really didn't care. Plus, it was yeah, we dealt with this shit in the streets. But everybody take to YouTube now, social media, and try to play gangster, and the rigmarole, you know. Trying to make sure police is watching. That's why they do all this stuff online, all this and all that. But man, shit going on for real in the city, boy. They don't understand how many people losing their lives every day down here, man. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, ain't nobody playing out here, man. I didn't even. I'm gonna see if I can get this. I'm gonna see if the dude let me get the video, right? So this was last week. I meant to mention it, but I ain't really been live. You know what I mean? I ain't been coming on in a few days. So, and the days I had came on right after it happened, I just didn't even mention it. But the gas station I go to around the corner, right? So I went in there. I want to say it had to be this had to be about 5 days ago or so, about 5, 6 days ago. It was before that officer got unalive in Beech Grove, which was Monday. So it was probably a week ago. It's probably Friday or Saturday of last week. So I go into the gas station at evening, right? And play my numbers and shit. And I know the people who own the establishment, and the workers too, right? So he was like, "Man, look," and he holding his phone up. So he running my numbers, but he holding his phone up, telling me to look. I'm like, "What's that?" And he pointed outside. They foreigners, but they can speak English. So I'm like, "What's that?" And I'm looking at it. I'm looking through the glass and shit, and I'm looking at it, man. And dude is literally beating another dude with a hammer. Two older cats. And one of them, he said, dude, he be in the red truck. He be coming up here in the red truck all the time. And I'm like, "Man, let me see that." So he handed me his phone. So I'm watching it. Man, they was right outside the door of the gas station. I guess he came from behind the counter, grabbed his phone, and was sitting there recording them. And they was tussling. And then the one dude just kept cracking him with that. Man, literally cracking him with a hammer. Literally cracking him with a hammer, man. And I'm like, what the? Matter of fact, when I go around there later, I'm going to see if he'll end up letting me get that video somehow. I mean, Google probably going to take it down, and YouTube probably going to take it down if I got it and showed it anyway. But they out there on the ground, man, tussling, and dude he trying to fight for it, you know what I mean? But old boy was swinging, and I said, "Man, did he get unalive?" He was like, "Nah." I said, "He went to the hospital." He said, "Yeah, he went to the hospital." Dude was cracking. I mean, just bop. He was swinging that mofo like, man, like, I'm like, man, ain't no way, man. I said, man, I'd have pilled him. I said, I'd have pilled him, man. Real talk. Hey, I couldn't believe it, boy. Boy. Can you imagine getting banged up with a hammer? I use hammers every day. Ain't nothing to play with, man. You might as well go and pop me. Because beating me, to oblivion with a hammer, bro. Nah, any hard metal object like that. Man, it's just crazy out here, man. This is the very reason I say this shit. I ain't gonna be here too much longer, man. I just came to break the news. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get none of that other crazy entertainment. You know what I mean? It don't pay around here. So we gonna do what we do. Let them do what they do, man. The best we can. You feel me? But this is why I say I don't let people that I don't know walk up on me like that. I don't. If I'm hard, even if I get into a dispute with somebody, it could be a lot of times it be over petty stuff or whatever. You be at the gas station, you get to the pump that they was trying to get to, but you get to it first. They want to jump out, start running up on you. Listen, bro, don't run up on me. I'm immediately clutching. Keep your distance. You feel what I'm saying? Because being armed don't mean nothing if you letting people get into your space. They could have a switchblade. They could have a box cutter. Something as simple as a box cutter, a knife, a hammer in that situation. And if they can reach out and touch you, yeah, I don't let people walk up on me, bro. I just don't. You scary here. Man, you call it what you want to. I'm cautionary. You feel what I'm saying? I don't let people walk up on me, man. I don't. I don't trust nothing out here as far as I can kick them. You feel what I'm saying? If I don't know you, ain't no all up in my face. It ain't no all up in my space, man. It's too many people on something. Most of these people out here, young, middle-aged, and old. Most of these people out here on that fanny pack. On that meth, on that heroin, on that, even the youngsters, on that snort pack. They don't, it's crazy, man. Just like I be going to the gas station and I be seeing these young guys. Be young guys standing outside the gas station, bumming for time. Like, nah, I ain't got nothing, bro. And they still want to talk. Then they try to walk up. and have a conversation, man. Do not walk up on me, man. Keep your distance. I said no. All right, OG, all right. Yeah, all right. Because y'all youngsters think y'all slick out here. Some of these older cats think they slick, man. Listen, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. Don't let nobody walk up on me, man. Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous out here. We in 2026. You know what I mean? And man, it's bad out here. You know what I mean? I keep my distance. You know what I mean? I keep my circle small, per se. And I just don't associate with the BS, man. Because if it goes down, it's going down, man. I ain't, man. I'm telling you, man. You know, I can walk away from shit, but it's a lot of these individuals out here is the ones who can't walk away from a situation. I can walk away from a situation. You know what I mean? You know, little argument, little few, man. Go on about your business quick. All that running your mouth, that don't mean nothing, bro. You know what I mean? And you try to walk up on me, I'm clutching off the rip. You know what I mean? Off the muscle. So you might as well not even go there. For one, it ain't worth it. And for two, you don't want to be all the way. You don't want to be here come the white sheets. Rat-tat-tat, that mofo flow. Here come the white sheets. Because that's what it's gonna end up being. You know, like I tell people on this internet crap, man. Ain't nobody out here fighting, bruh. Ain't nobody out here fight. Even the youngsters ain't fight. Ain't nobody out here fighting. And you got to be a fool to let an individual get. Well, let me say this: very few people is out here fighting. But either way it go, let me say it like this: ain't nobody out here taking no L's no more. You know, I grew up in the era where you could take a L, man. You get into a fight, y'all agree to fight, y'all bump. You know what I mean? One lose, one win. You know what I mean? Mofos walk away and live to see another day, man. I get you on the next one. Them days been over. What? Them days been over almost 2 decades ago. You know, them days been over where people used to squabble and leave it at that, and we'll bump again. I get you on the next one. That's been a couple decades ago, man. Ain't nobody out here, you know what I mean, knuckling up, buckling up, man, and just letting it be what it is. So why even go there? You feel what I'm saying? It just ain't worth it, man. Just, you know what I mean? Either just let it go and go on y'all separate directions, man, or you know what the other option is. Somebody going away in a bag. It's happening every day. Bam, you in the city. It's happening basically every day. I mean, hell, we sitting up here in what? We sitting up here what? It's what is it? February the 20th. We're in the first quarter. Let me see. Let me look. I just wonder what the 20. Let me see if it'll say Indianapolis, Indiana, crime stats 2026. Let me see. Indianapolis, Indiana crime map 2026. Let me see if they give a list of, like, instead of just putting in one thing. Okay, they doing the map on this one. Hold on for a second. Download data. Indianapolis crime stats. I don't know if it's they should have some type of stats. So for 2026, I was really looking for homicide. But okay, there you go. That's like January 2nd. Now I'm talking about like up till now. For just 2026, how many homicides has been? It's crazy. Anyway, probably I'll run that on another. Um, yeah, because right off the top, it's not. They give way too many different stats that I'm not even looking for. But anyway, yeah, it's been quite a few. It's been an astronomical amount of homicides, and we just in the second month of the year, right? Shootings themselves, it's been crazy. The amount of people that's been shot. Um, yeah. Hold on, let me. Why y'all keep going back there? Let's see if this will say. Just like Indianapolis shooters, three unalive, three injured in violent weekend, February 2026. So that was six shootings, six people shot just over the weekend. Um, Three of them losing their lives. It's like, as of February 2nd, 2026, Indianapolis has recorded 13 criminal homicides and 37 fatal shootings for the year. Now, as of February 2nd, that's 18 days ago. You know how many more shootings and unalivings it's been in the last 18 days? So as of February 2nd, which was 18 days ago, there was 13 homicides and 37 non-fatal shootings. So what's that? 50? That would be January 1st to February 2nd, which would be in the span of 30 days. It was 50 shootings, 13 13 resulting in death. Now, there's been 18 more days that haven't been calculated in that equation yet. So I'm not for sure what the number is right now. But man, I ain't playing no games with nobody out here because ain't nobody playing no games with nobody else out here. So it is what it is. You feel me? Say hell no, that's crazy on everything. True, I feel you. It is what it is on everything for sure. For sure, you already know. Yeah, it's dangerous out here in real life, and it ain't just in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's everywhere, man. It's just I don't think they understand. You know, um, yeah, what goes down around Indy, and it ain't nothing to brag about because it's actually very sad. It's sad. You got people out here unaliving over females. You got like if a chick is cheating on you, she don't want you. If a chick is cheating on you, she ain't loyal. If a chick is cheating on you, she trying to have her cake and eat it too. What you gonna unalive another man because your woman want to cheat? You got the domestic violence situations. You got these. You got the MSs. You know what I mean? Where one do themselves, do the other person, and then do themselves. You know what I mean? You got individuals who fighting and losing, and then coming back and busting that thing, fighting and losing, and ain't even coming back. They just go to the car and bust that thing. Man, I ain't man. Listen, whatever. Words ain't shit, bro. For one, there's cameras everywhere. You 9 times out of 10, you ain't getting away with it. You better be doing whatever you do. You better be doing it legally. You know what I mean? That's my take on it. But with that said, y'all, I'm gonna get up out the building, man. I just wanted to give y'all my take on uh the unaliving of a Beech Grove officer and the shooting of another. at the same time, and the high speed chase that ended in a head on collision today. As of now, the latest update is everybody is in what they call it, they in all right condition. Um, no one's lost their life thus far. They say there was non-life threatening injuries, which I find that hard to believe, but somebody was watching over them, including the suspect. So anyway, with that being said, man, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one whenever that will be. Back to work, back to business, and it is what it is, and ain't what it ain't, man. Catch y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button for y'all slide out, man. Appreciate it. I'm out. Doses.